Hello. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Learning Path. This is Dr. B. Meena, Head Department of Commerce and Vice Principalship Fund from Petition College of Arts and Science, Adyar, Chennai. In this video, I'm going to teach you one more problem on process costing with normal loss when we have no scrap value. Click the I button to watch my previous video to have an understanding about the process costing concepts and simple process accounts problems. Let me check out one problem, process accounts, how to prepare the process accounts when we have a normal loss without the scrap value. Look at the problem. ABC Limited is producing product X, required to be processed in 3 continuous processes. They have laid down the standards to produce 75 liters of finished product as under. So the output for the final process is how many liters? 75 liters. And this problem has 3 processes. And look at the information. Raw materials opening in liters. How much is given? 100 for process 1. So this is the input for process 1. How many liters? This is not in rupees. 100 is not in rupees. It is in liters. So input for process 1, 100 liters, and material cost per liter is 2. So each liter cost 2 rupees means what is the raw material cost for the first process? 200. Okay. And look at that. Next is wastage percentage is given for each process. Wastage percentage is 10% for process 1, 11.111% for process 2, 6.25% is the wastage percentage for process 3. When you have a wastage percentage for each process, simultaneously you need to check the problem whether the wastage has a scrap value, whether the problem is given about the wastage scrap value or not. As per this problem, the scrap value is not given. So this wastage you have to term as wastage only. When the wastage will be termed as normal loss means when the wastage has given a scrap value. So this problem model is the wastage which has a no scrap value. Okay, then how to deal with this kind of problems? Now you will have an understanding to look at this explanation. Okay, so I repeat, 2 raw materials I will post in the liters column 100, rate column as 2, amount column as 200 rupees. The first item is over. Next is 2 direct labor. How to calculate the direct labor cost means how many hours? 6 hours. Okay, and each hour the company is going to that is charge 7.5. So 6 hours into 7.5, you will come to know what is the direct labor cost. So I repeat, how to calculate the direct labor cost for each process as per this problem. That is direct labor hours into what is the rate per hour. So you'll come to know what is the direct labor cost. So 2 direct labor for the process 1, how to show the calculation? 6 hours into rupees 7.5. And next item of the expenses as per the problem, overhead charges. Again, they mention they are going to charge 3.5 for each hour as per process 1. So how to calculate the overhead charges for process 1? 3.5 is the rate per hour into how many hours for process 1 is given? 6 hours. So 6 hours into 3.5. Okay. And the last information is given, sale price per liter for finished product. So this information we can make use to calculate the profit at the end of the problem. Okay. You are required to prepare the statement of standard cost. That means we need to prepare the process account for each process. And standard profit rate for 75 liters. So we are going to calculate the profit also in this problem. So let me check out the next slide, how to prepare the process for each process. Okay, process 1 account. So whenever you have this kind of problems, have the columns like that. Particulars, liters, rate, and amount for debit and credit side. And debit all the expenses. Okay, so 2 raw materials, 100 liters, 2 rupees the rate, 200 rupees. 2 wages, 2 overhead charges as I explained Now only like that you will calculate and show the amount. Get the total. Latest column 100, amount to column is 266. Okay. By wastage, they mention the wastage percentage is how much? 10%. Always the wastage is a percentage is applicable on the input. So what is my input? What is my input? 100. On that 100, 10% means what is the wastage? 10 liters. I put hyphen mark in the red column and amount column because this wastage doesn't have the recovery value as per this problem. So I showed hyphen mark in the rate and amount column. Then how to end this problem with the output cost of this process output means by process. This output will become the input for the next process. That's why I mentioned the next process name by process to account. Out of 100, 10 units, sorry, 10 liters as wastage means what is the output? 90. 100 minus 10, 90. Okay. And what is the total of the debit side? 266. Since we don't have any amounts credited, so the same amount or total what we debited will become as the cost of the output of this process, 266. Then how I got this rate 2.96 means 266 divided by 90 is the cost of this output or rate per unit. Okay. Then how I prepare the process to account. I transferred this amount first and debit the expenses. Okay. To wages. Say for example, the next process 10 hours into 10 rupees is the direct labor cost. Can you able to understand? 10 hours into 10 rupees is the direct labor cost. And how to calculate the overhead cost? 10 hours into 3 rupees. That's what I mentioned over here. Okay. So I debited the expenses. Then what is the input for process 2? 90. Out of 90, 11.111 percentage is the wastage. So what is the wastage I'm getting? 9.999 you will get. So I rounded off it 10. So 10 liters is the wastage. Out of 90, 10 units, sorry, 10 liters is the wastage means what is the output for this process? 80. This output will transfer to the next process 3. That's why we mentioned by process 3 account. Okay. So 80 liters and whatever amount I debited 396, I will carry forward here. Since we didn't carry any amount, 396 same amount will come. So 396 by 80, what is the rate per unit for this output process 2? So this amount will transfer to the next process on the debit side as input and debit all expenses like the previous process. Like the previous process means 8 hours into 12.5 will tells you what is the direct labor cost. 8 hours, 8 hours into 8 rupees will tells you what is the overhead cost for process 3. That's what I mentioned over here. Okay. So 2 overhead cost 64 rupees. So as usual, close the debit side 80 liters and the amount is coming 560. Out of 80, what is my wastage? 6.25 percentage. So 5 liters as a wastage means what could be the final output? 75 liters. 80 minus 5, 75 liters. What is the amount I debited here? 560. So 560 I will carry forward here fully because since no amount is credited. So what is the rate per unit? 560 divided by 75, 7.47. So this is the way how can I end up process 3 account. And then one more question is pending in this problem to calculate the profit. How to calculate the profit? What is the sales per unit is given? Sale price per unit. I mean sale price per liter is given 9 rupees. So 9 rupees into 75 liters. What is the sales value? 675 rupees. And cost I already calculated. Look at the process 560. So 675 minus 560. What is the profit? Rupees 115. So this is the way how you can work out the problem where you have a wastage without the scrap value. So whenever you have a wastage without the scrap value, it has to be mentioned only as wastage on the credit side. So wastage which doesn't have a recovery value in the problem means you have to mention the credit side by wastage only. When the wastage has a recovery value means that time only you need to show as by normal loss. So when you have a wastage doesn't have a recovery value means please post it as a credit side by wastage only. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe my channel, click the bell button. See you soon in the next video for more problems in process costing. Thanks for watching.